Hey guys, this is HOPEsaidit back with another HOPEsaidit Uncut episode, and this time we're talking about 90 Day Fiancé again. Go check out my blog at HOPEsaidit.com. I have the 4 online dating rules that will help you out, and it came straight from 90 Day Fiancé. All of the ridiculousness that you see on that show, I can help you out with that. Here's a way to not get in their situation. Check it out at HOPEsaidit.com. And pay attention to the rating scale. That's very important. Ratings, okay? Everybody has a number. Find out which one you are and who you can get based on that number. Anyways, we're going to talk about 90 Day Fiancé. My goodness, like since the last time I came here, there's so much that has happened. Some couples have dropped off of my interesting radar and some couples have added to it. So let's get to it. First of all, I have to give a shout out to my boy who is honorable mention in my last video, Caesar. You came up. You on the list now, Caesar. Not for a good reason though. Lord, just the worst kept secret in the world. Y'all, Caesar was getting catfished, okay? If you are about 46 years old, he's a nail tech. Nothing wrong with a nail tech. I don't care what he does for a living. He's a nail tech from North Carolina. Nothing wrong with North Carolina, but he can't afford what he's trying to give her, okay? What's her name? Maria? A Ukrainian little girl, looked like a, Instagram model. Pretty girl. But Caesar, if you looked at my rating scale, you would know that you are unequally yoked. And you don't have money to add to your numbers. So I don't even know why he was on the show. Those producers knew what was up. I mean, oh my gosh. Like he's just he has 5 years they dated. He claims, let me just say that. He claims they dated for 5 years. Never met her in person. All she will send are generic videos like, I love you, my husband. I love you. Like, okay, you're not even saying Caesar. Not one time in those videos is he saying Caesar. He should probably just shipping them off to everybody overseas and saying, here's my bait. Who's gonna take it? And Caesar said, oh, I will, and he's just proud of it. Everybody who he has introduced her to is like, oh, dude, are you getting catfished? Are you sure? Like, it's just not a good situation, y'all. Caesar then tries to meet up with Maria. Mind you, she's already canceled his meetings with her many a time, so they never met in person. And there's a time I think he was trying to meet them in Mexico because she was saying, oh, Ukraine's a hostile situation. So she said, you know what? We're both gonna go to Mexico. Meet me in Mexico. Bought a plane ticket. Mind you, he's not rich. He had no money. Okay, he had to get a cash forward. Is what do you call it when you cash advance? He had a cash advance from his boss. He's maxing out credit card. This boy is not smart, okay? And he's doing it all wrong. All wrong. Anyways, he took out a ticket so that she can go to Mexico. After he texted, hey, I bought your plane ticket. She's like, ghost. And he's like, oh, can't wait. Can't wait. Got all this, stuff for her, some gifts that I can't even mention, but that's what he did. And then maybe the day before that they're supposed to meet, she just she didn't up and canceled it. That sounded like what she would do, but Caesar's card didn't go through, so he thought he had ordered it and it didn't even go, so there was no booked flight. And so he went ahead and said, oh babe, oh I'm sorry, I fixed it. And she said, no, it's just too hard, just forget it, just cancel it, So then she basically broke up with him on the phone, and he had this sad little teardrop, like it was so bad. He was like, oh, it was all a joke. Really? In 5 years, this is the first time you're meeting her? How much money has he given her within the 5 years? Like 30,000? I don't know, 20,000, more than he can afford. Okay, just thousands of dollars down the drain, just for nothing. Here's 2,000 for hair and a makeup. Like what? Why? But anyways. So Caesar, you have made it on my list from honorable mention. I just had to see how it go. I knew it was a stupid thing that would happen, but I had to see how stupid. So my friend, you are now on the list. Oh, after Caesar and Maria, Angela and Michael. Michael, I'm pulling for you. Why are you doing this now? Huh? Guys, his green card is slipping away, and I'm pulling for him. I'm pulling for him. I don't even know why. Maybe it's the Nigerian connection. But you know what? It's not even that. It's that a little bit. But really, he has paid his dues, if you know what I mean. If this is a scam, you did what you had to do. Your body is... Hey, my God. But he has paid his dues. That's all I can say. And my God will judge you for everything else. But he and Angela are on the outs. Like, she came to Nigeria. It was all good. You know, they always argue, but this time was the last time because he has a lying problem.
Angela has been here only one day. I already know we will have some kind of tussle before she leaves, but not like this, not to this extent. It's true that I took a picture with women. I never knew she had seen it, so I lied to her. That's why I always don't say more things, because whenever I say something, she take it to the extreme.
He just lies all the time. And then his go-to, Angela, I'm sorry. No, Angela, I'm sorry. And it just sounds so tired and boring, too. Like, oh, no, Angela, it's not like that. Angela, no, I'm sorry. No, seriously, I'm sorry. And then he'll lie 5 minutes later. No, Angela, I'm sorry. It's like, what? What is your problem? Do you want to get to America or not? Get to the U.S. now and then lie. But don't lie in Nigeria. Oh, my goodness. Angela and Michael. So, the latest lie, I think, was... he was going to take her on a date to a boat cruise thing, and she said, "Oh, okay, you know, do you go on these cruises often?" And he's like, "No, I only went one time with my uncle." Okay, well, she remembers some social media post where he's basically with some chick in the background and some other guys. So she's like, "Michael, you're lying to me, Michael," and I'm like, God, here we go again. So she basically leaves and gets her hair braided at some African shop. Michael tries to buy her a cake because she loves cake. And instead of eating it, she throws it in his face. So that's mad embarrassing. But he's just sitting there with frosting on his face in Nigeria. And I think she will give Michael another chance. But Michael, you have to do your best. What is going on? Like, just... stop lying. You need to get on U.S. soil, correct? Like, do you want it or not? Okay, so after Angela and Michael, let's talk about Laura and Aladin. I have never talked about them, but they're this season, and that's a couple that you need to know about. Basically, Laura is mad old. Like, she's, I don't know, 50-something, 60, close to the... I'd say closer to 60, but I'm sure she's like mid-50s. And Aladin's like some, you know, Middle Eastern trainer or something like that, personal trainer. It's just another unequally yoked couple, y'all. But either way, Aladin actually doesn't make it seem like it's a scam. Like, I think he kind of likes Laura, you know? Like, I don't know. I feel like he's okay with it. I don't think he's that much of a scammer. I'll tell you who's sabotaging that relationship, her son. Like, seriously, Laura has a son who is Mama's Boy of the Year. Like, mind you, he has some reasons to be, because, to be wary of the relationship, because this is not the first relationship she had, maybe not the last one either, but she had many relationships, and he has seen them all. So he has seen, I'm sure, like, abusive relationships. I don't know if it's physical, but definitely emotional, you know, so he's always there to pick up the pieces. And so I think he's very protective because of that. So he doesn't even give Aladin a chance. This is from the other way, okay? So Laura ups and goes to Aladin's, what is it, Qatar or something like that? Either way, it's a Middle Eastern country, I think. And she ups and moves there, and they're having a wedding. Like, it's the real deal. They're having a 3-day wedding. And so she invites her son, who is the only family member who she's going to have there. So her son shows up and, like, goes ghost. He's like, no, I'm not going to show up for the first day of the wedding. I'm not going to show up for the second. Like, what? I'm tired. Okay, but you came for the wedding. So are you going to come or not? So basically they hash it out, and eventually it comes out that, hey, I don't even want to be here. I don't believe in your wedding. I don't like him, and, you know, whatever. So actually Aladin and her son come and talk, and Aladin's actually very cool. Like, even though the son's been kind of rude and like, oh no, I don't want to meet your family, I'm too tired, and all this stuff. He's mad shady.
I flew all the way over here to get a read on the relationship. Obviously, I wasn't okay with it at the beginning. I'm still not okay with it.
So, bro, you want to say hello to my family?
No offense, but I'm very tired. I'm exhausted.
I want to show him my home. I want to show him my family for he not feel like he's a stranger, but not even like talk nice to me, I just want to respect him. But if you will be rude with me, I will be rude also.
But Aladin comes and he's trying to be very nice. But things go left. Not even when the son says, oh, I don't trust you, Aladin, or whatever, because Aladin can understand that. But Aladin said, okay, something about kids, and oh boy, snapped. Like, that son was like, my mom's not having another kid. That's where I draw the line. How you gonna draw the line on your mom's life, dude? Like, seriously? But Aladin was like, yeah, we're gonna have kids. And he was like, well, she's past the childbearing age. And Aladin's like, there's ways around that. But he was like, that's when it came out like, oh, you're a mama's boy. Oh, you're a mama's boy. And then not even the reasoning like, oh, now she's going to share the love. No, he literally said, she's going to be worried about the baby and the resources and money is going to go to the baby. Like, so you don't want a sibling because you worried about money? What's your job? Now I'm questioning you. What do? You just at home chilling? Where's your job? Anyway, so Aladin and Laura, it's not a hot mess of a relationship. I think they'll have some issues because Laura is not Muslim and Aladin is, and he has, different rules to live by. And Laura's acting like, oh no, beat my chest, I'm American. That's not gonna work, okay? You over there now. Good luck to you, my friend. Next couple. Oh my gosh, I need to update y'all. If you remember, Jenny is the old lady, like 60. Well, let me not say that. That sounds horrible. She's elderly because she's about 60 something years old. And then Sumit is like 30 something or whatever. And I already said, oh, it's a weird relationship because, he's like trying to hide from his parents and he has to like go home and then come back and this and that. And Jenny up and moved herself to India already. So it's a weird relationship because her parents don't approve and he's trying to hide her out but be with her, this and that. Let me tell you why. Why was he hiding her? Oh, not because of the parents. Because of his wife. Yes, you heard me correctly. He has a wife. A whole wife for 2 years. A wife. Okay? A wife. Listen, when I was watching, I was like, hey, my God. Like, what? I have a secret. I'm married. What? That's so basically when the story comes out, it's that it was an arranged marriage, okay? He didn't want to enter this arranged marriage, but it just happened and he was still dating Jenny while this arranged, like, I don't know. I don't know if he just thought maybe I'll wake up and she'll go away. Like, I don't know. He was married for a good 2.5 years. And so that's why he was going back. He was going back because he was a full married man and he was probably trying to save face. Oh, but Jenny explained what happened. It was cray-cray.
Sumit had just come here. He had been at his house. He had just come here in the morning and his phone started ringing. He looked at his phone. He's like, oh, and he put his phone on. I said, what, who's calling you? And he went out the door and he said, Jenny, lock the door. I was thinking maybe his father was down there. They found us. That's what I was thinking. 2 minutes later, there was a knock on my door. I opened it, and there was a man standing there with Sumit. And he said, hello, Jenny, how are you? I'm Sumit's wife's father. He's married to my daughter for the last 2 years. He's married to my daughter. His father-in-law is here, sitting on my couch, and he's telling me, the rest of the family members are coming. We're calling Sumit's family. Everybody's on their way. They want to meet you. That's what he said to me. He said, they want to meet you.
So basically, Sumit's in-laws and his parents came busting down the doors with a huge fight. Jenny's there, hearing languages she doesn't even know. And she's just like, And then the crazy thing is, Sumit's like telling everybody, like, no, I love Jenny. Oh my goodness. So then something happens. He goes to jail. Like, what? You were a whole husband already? Is this why you weren't speeding things along? And why would you let a woman up and leave and go to India before you tell her, oh, I am married, have been for 2 years, it's arranged, come? Like, what? Oh my goodness. So that's the situation with Jenny and Sumit. That's where we are in this episode. Next episode, you'll see kind of what happens next. But the latest one was kind of, hey, he's married. Hey, here's the aftermath of that. He went to jail or something, or his family said they'll file something about it because they want him to stay married. It's not like they're like, oh, you're tripping, you're with Jenny. They're like, okay, you can have your little Jenny lust, but you going home with my daughter. Like, these parents right here. Okay. Child. So that's what happened with that. What's another couple I can give y'all? Danielle. What's her name? Danielle and Zied or something like that. They're not very memorable, but they are only because she basically catfished the dude. Like, she admitted that she used filters out the wazoo. She used Snapchat halos and flower crowns and all that other stuff. And, you know, she shows her age. Okay, she's probably 50 something. So she used all the thinners and smoothers of a filter, and was even nervous to meet Zied in his country because you know, she don't look like that. Like, there's an obvious difference. You look at one person, you're like, oh, you're a 28-year-old model, and then you look at her and you're like, so you did soccer momming, did you? Like, what? But yeah, that's their situation. And I don't know, it seems odd only because she already was married to a Moroccan, I believe, before. She got divorced. She's actually still married to him. Ain't even tell Zied. Like, what? So you're still married? These people right here, every couple, there's a secret. And I still have to tell him something. And I'm afraid because I still have to tell her something. I'm like, oh my goodness. Like, what? What? So the secret for her is that she's still married. And he doesn't know, and that, you know, he's Muslim. So that's, I mean, not because he's Muslim is frowned upon. Hello, it's a married woman. So I don't even know why she acted like that. Well, he's going to flip out? Oh, yeah, anybody would. You're still married. Don't blame religion on this one, boo. Hello. But anyways, that's their situation. She did not say it yet. I think she tried to tell her other secrets, but it's already a weird situation. The parents are like, hey, Granny, because she had, they met her, and she tried to, she had like 2 sleeves of tattoos, and she tried to hide it because obviously that's not happening in the Muslim culture. And the parents saw it though. I mean, it's sleeves. Her little sleeve rolled up, and they're like, ooh, hello, evil. And so, you know, they don't really, I don't think, like her like that. But they're just giving her a try because I think they also know, hey, my son will have a better life if he goes with you. And I have to mention Darcy and Tom. My gosh. Darcy and Tom, like Darcy, I didn't even mention her from last time because I didn't really care for her. I was like, oh, you're annoying. She was on another season with some Dutch guy, I think he was Dutch. But either way, it was horrible. It was like, it just didn't work. And she falls head over heels way too easily. She's very emotional. He was young, and, you know, it was an abusive relationship. Just, I think mentally, it just seemed like an abusive relationship. It was so bad that he had actually had a whole episode where he was coming to meet her. They already weren't really getting along. He was coming to meet her. Her crazy self is like, he's coming to propose. He came to America just to break up with her. So that was an all-out fight, and she was like, Aladin, you used me. You used me. And it's like, oh my goodness. She's like over the, if you just saw her, you'd be like, Jersey? You know, she's very over the top. get my extensions, get my tan, get my Botox and Motox, and you know, that's just her. Because she, I think, is afraid of aging. But anyways, this season she's on there with a guy named Tom. Now Tom is British, and he did a little catfishing of himself because he up there taking pictures like getting the right angle. And then, you know, you meet him in person, it's like, oh, those pictures were from like 10 years ago. You have gained weight and aged since then, you know? So that situation is crazy because I think Tom came into the situation like, yeah, we're going to know each other. And then Darcy came into the situation like, oh, he's about to propose. So she was already 50 steps ahead of him in the relationship anyway. So it was an awkward meeting because they had to get their ground. They were like, okay, what are we? He wasn't even calling her his girlfriend. So what are we doing here? But she was already saying he was basically a fiance. It got real weird when Darcy's a twin. So Darcy and Tom met her sister and her fiance, Darcy's sister and Darcy's sister's fiance. So she tried to do some double date thing. It didn't really work. It was kind of embarrassing because, you know, here her sister is already engaged. Here she is trying to be engaged. So it was just some competitive twin crap. And it was really cringeworthy. There was a lot of cringeworthy moments where I was like, dude, you're forcing this relationship. Tom's uncomfortable. This is uncomfortable. You know, it was just bad. I think that she's very needy. I think she's already married in her head. The problem with her is that her wedding is done. She just needs to get the man. She got the decoration, she got the dress, she got everything. Just insert man, okay? That's it. I'm already married. And that's what she is. That's why she moves too fast. She got 2 daughters, though. So it's like, girl, slow down. Your daughters, this is a horrible example for them. So there's just a lot of things going on in that situation because she's like already down the aisle and he's like, so what's your middle name? I don't know. 90 Day Fiancé. It's great, though, guys. Don't you love it? Isn't it exciting? Like, it's just great getting into people's heads, but really getting into people's cultures. And that's why I watch it, because I'm like, you know, I'm watching knowing, child, he's Muslim. That ain't gonna work, you know, child. That's not what we do in Africa, you know. Oh, speaking of Africa, I'm sorry. I thought I was gonna end it. I'm gonna add one more. Just one more. Okay, so Akinyi and Benjamin, I think his name is. Is it Benjamin? I think so. If it's not, you know, I'll say something. But anyways, Akinyi and Benjamin. Akinyi is from Kenya. Benjamin is, you know, from here. He had already married an African lady before. Benjamin is of the Caucasian persuasion. And he had already married an African, so I think he just has a thing for Africans. So he goes, and Akinyi's like 20-something. They don't have that much of an age difference. And I actually felt sorry for Benjamin, though. Like, you're rooting for Benjamin. You're like, cool, because he's just a nice guy. Seemingly. I don't know the guy. But either way, seemingly he's a nice guy. He's going to Kenya to meet her brothers and father and get the blessing and all that stuff. So he goes, and then when they're in the car, she's like, oh, you're staying with my brother. Oh, I'm staying with your brother. He already had an Airbnb, and she's saying, oh, you're staying with my brother. Okay. All right, that puts a damper on things. And then I guess he doesn't know the culture. And Akinyi didn't really tell him. She's not telling him a lot of stuff. Like, oh, you're supposed to give me a gift. Oh, here's how you treat these people. Or, oh, here's the whole itinerary for who we got to meet and who needs a blessing and all this other stuff. She's not great with communication. That's going to bite them probably in the end. But Benjamin, he's being nice, and he met her brother, and that didn't go too well.
Hello.
Hello.
So, Benjamin, meet my brother.
Okay.
Fidel.
It's great to meet you.
Great to meet you too. Karibu.
Get excited, get excited, get excited.
Okay, let me say this. When time goes by, I know we're going to ask a lot of questions. You know, that one is our sister.
Okay.
Yeah, we cannot just say them, all of them today.
My brother is very hard to please. I don't know how they will handle living under the same roof.
I don't think the brother really likes him. But, you know, I think they just don't know him, and they don't know. It's a different culture, so that's culture shock for them as well. So he's trying his best, but I don't think Kenny is helping him out. Like, if it were me, if I know, hey, I have a guy and he knows nothing about my culture, I'm going to set you up for success. Say this to my dad. Say this to my mom. Say this to my sister. You need to love my sister. You need to get in good with my sister, you know? But she's just like, here, throw you to the wolves. I'm going to go. It's like, what? Girl, you better stay here. What you do? I don't know. I don't know if she thinks this is a joke. I don't know if she just kind of, I don't know. I don't know. Because he's like mad serious. He already got a son from his previous marriage. You know, like this is real to him. And I think she just like, oh, cute. Some Tom Hanks guy came to my village and I'm the one that brought him. You know, I hope that's not the case, but it looks like it. In the latest episode, though, it ends with her dad finally, after flaking on one of the visits, which was disgraceful, to, I guess, Akinyi, according to what her brother told her. The dad finally met, because the dad's a pastor, so after church, the dad and some of the elders or whatever met Benjamin, and they gave the blessing, and that was good, but... so in the confessional, the dad's like, yeah, you know, we gave the blessing, but you know, there's a bride price. And I was like, ooh, Benjamin's broke. So they're asking, I mean, I'm thinking because he's Caucasian and you know, you just think because someone's from America that they got money. Benjamin's broke. So, that's going to be a situation for the next episode. Like, yes, I think he's happy. He's on a high. Like, yes, I can take your daughter. Thank you. But then they're going to be like, that'll be $150,000, not Kenyan money. I'm sorry. What is Kenyan money? I don't know. Do they use pound? I don't know. I'm Nigerian. I just know Naira. I'm sorry. But anyways, so yeah, I think they're going to be like, okay, you come from America. Here's the price. And he can barely pay. He literally had no money to go on the trip, really. First of all, that's another thing. How are these people having full families, full children, and you have the nerve to up and pay for a plane ticket or something? Like, you'll be like, I only have $2,000 in my savings. Enough for a plane ticket to see my next wife. Son, hopefully you have lunch. Like, what? It's so crazy to me because I'm like, how are you paying? You don't have mortgage. You don't. At least Caesar doesn't have children. These people got children, and you're just like, I'm going to use my last penny on a person I don't know. Use it on your kids, y'all. I'm not saying you don't love your kids, but that's just very odd that you're that desperate for love that instead of saving for your kids or doing something for your kids, you're like, nope. Every last penny going to hope and a prayer, because that's exactly what is going on. Because all of these, I don't even know if it's going to last. Are they going to last? Is there anyone that I said so far that will last? Slim pickings. Anyways, but that's the situation. Benjamin and Kenny, you know, I don't think Kenny's setting up for success. But either way, even without that, he doesn't have the bride price, dude. You're broke. You're broke. They're never going to give their daughter away for what you can afford. But that's the situation. 90 Day Fiancé. Y'all, are you watching? Are you watching it? I gave y'all an overview last time of all the couples. This time I kept it to this season. So if you liked what you heard, you still have time to watch it. You still have time to watch it. It comes on. Watch new episodes. TLC, okay? Next week, I'll cover another awesome topic, so you need to watch out because I'm dropping the blog on Tuesday and my video will drop on Friday. Hope Said It. Marriage, motherhood, hair, life, okay? I cover it all. Follow me, Hope Said It, at Hope Said It on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Go to HOPEsaidit.com. Read my blogs. I have many, many ones that you can just read, okay? I'll see you guys later. Bye. Selfie. Gotta take it high. It's my good angle.